Hi, this is Magda from wnetrzazewnetrzaofficial, and today I'll share my preferences on what to buy and not buy at IKEA. I usually start at the end. I enter through the checkouts and head straight to the bargain sales section. Here you can find items from the display with minor defects or from the end of collections, and all at much lower prices. You can really score some gems. My yellow display cabinet, which I've had for years, originally cost nearly 1,300 zlotys, but I got it from this section for 390 zlotys, showing the significant price differences. And although, yes, sometimes these aren't perfect pieces of furniture, most of the flaws go completely unnoticed in everyday life. And when it comes to products from the regular sale, I've never been disappointed by IKEA vases. Sometimes colored glass in stores is just painted and then the color can come off when washing, which doesn't look nice, but IKEA vases are much better quality, often made from glass that's colored throughout, so they're really products that last for years. And what am I not convinced about? Definitely artificial flowers. Although I know you can make nice arrangements with them, that they can really improve a bathroom without windows where real plants wouldn't survive. But still, somehow I just can't bring myself to like them. But I love mirrors, and IKEA really has a great selection of mirrors. I especially like the Lindbin series. I used to have the round ones, now I have the long ones, and they're really great. What's more, the wide variety of options in terms of shapes, sizes, and frame colors is definitely a big plus. Check out this convex mirror. I showed you a similar one in Victoria Lennart's apartment before. Now, as you can see, stores have picked up the trend and you can easily find one at a chain store. IKEA has an excellent selection of lamps, without exaggeration. I've seen it many times. Someone wanted to save money and bought lamps at a hardware store and then regretted it. It's worst with ceiling lights that don't have a replaceable bulb, because if the light is ugly, there's nothing we can do about it except replace the whole lamp. That's why I don't experiment. I just buy this Nimeni ceiling light, which gives a nice pleasant light. I've used this lamp more than once, and my kids have them in their rooms too. I have both the white and the black one. They really light up the room well. It might not be the cheapest ceiling light, but it has a great quality to price ratio. I also highly recommend the kitchen lighting. The under cabinet panels are really great. And of course the decorative lamps, which also fit premium interiors. Sometimes they use really high quality materials, like brass or marble. You can find truly quality products at IKEA at competitive prices. Just make sure to check in the store which lights in the styled interiors are actually coming from the lamps you're interested in, and which are just the result of the store's spotlights. That way, you won't be surprised at home if the effect is different from what you saw in the display. And now it's time for an anti-recommendation, meaning the cheapest products. They're simply made to offer a bargain price, not necessarily good quality. I know there are situations when such furniture comes in handy, and I even have a clack chair at home myself, but I don't recommend it. These aren't outstanding pieces of furniture, so it's better to avoid them, and if you have time, it's better to look for bargains among second-hand furniture or in the clearance section. From my favorite categories, I can once again recommend the cards to you. They work well in the bedroom, children's room, kitchen, living room, for art supplies, books, groceries, for everything. They're great and have millions of uses, and now there's also this little board available so you can cover whatever you put on the shelf. However, I don't recommend gold accessories. If the gold isn't brass but just a painted layer, there's a high chance it will wear off over time and look worse. Of course, not every product is especially prone to this. Some might be better quality, and if I had to guess where the quality would be higher, I'd say it's more likely at IKEA than at other chain stores. However, my experience tells me that it's hard to beat the nature of things, so I've stopped buying painted gold anywhere. And now it's time for what is a super huge advantage of IKEA, which is modular furniture. Matted kitchens, PAX wardrobes, Billy shelves, Besta cabinets, Ivar furniture, etc. It's such an incredible sea of possibilities, often available right away. Not always, but often, and usually much cheaper than custom-made furniture. Still, even though these aren't the cheapest pieces of furniture on the market, with the current prices of custom-made furniture, they are definitely a much better deal. What's more, you can mix this series to create setups that are really tailored to your needs. They're not perfect. The Ivar drawers aren't my favorite, and the PAX drawers are behind the front panel. Besta and Pax also don't pull out all the way, unlike kitchen cabinets, and that's something I really appreciate in kitchen cabinets and miss in these other series. But still, I love these series and I've been following them for years, and I still regularly come across projects that surprise me with interesting combinations, and I've shown you some of those on the channel as well. Who would have thought to combine the frames of living room cabinets with kitchen fronts and create a two-level combination like that? Honestly, you just have to have an idea for that. And these pieces of furniture really let you bring a lot of interesting ideas to life. It's worth knowing them, because you can really get a huge amount of potential out of them. And when you start tapping into that potential, maybe it's better not to choose a glossy black countertop. In general, dust is more visible on black surfaces, but the glossy ones are really a whole different level. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are about IKEA's offerings, and if you'd like more personalized advice, feel free to book a consultation. I've already done my shopping in the meantime, so subscribe and see you next time.